Welcome back to the channel Rare Coins All Word, where we explore the world of rare and valuable coins. Today, we're about to dive into a coin that's not just a piece of American history but also a potential treasure, the 1937 silver dime. Now, you might be thinking, it's just a dime, right? How much could it really be worth? Well, let me tell you, this seemingly modest little coin has a lot more to it than you might imagine. While most dimes from this era aren't worth much more than their face value, the 1937 silver dime, especially in certain conditions, could fetch a jaw-dropping price. Stick with me until the end to find out how much this coin could actually be worth. So, if you're a coin enthusiast, collector, or just curious about rare coins, stay tuned. This one's going to be a fascinating ride. Let's take a moment to set the stage for the 1937 silver dime. The 1930s were a tumultuous time in American history. The country was in the midst of the Great Depression, a period of extreme economic hardship that affected millions of Americans. The stock market crash of 1929 had sent shockwaves throughout the economy, and unemployment rates were soaring. People were struggling just to make ends meet, and the government was doing everything it could to stabilize the economy. Despite the economic challenges, the U.S. Mint continued its production of silver coins, including the Mercury dime, which was first issued in 1916 and continued until 1945. The 1937 version of this dime was struck in 90% silver, which gives it intrinsic value beyond just being a form of currency. This was also the era of the Great New Deal, led by President Franklin D. Roosevelt, and the coin's design, featuring liberty on the obverse and the winged liberty head, became a symbol of hope and resilience during those challenging times. The design of the 1937 silver dime is iconic and remains one of the most beloved in American coinage. On the obverse, front, of the coin, you'll see a depiction of Lady Liberty wearing a winged cap, symbolizing both freedom and liberty. The wings on her cap represent the freedom of thought, while her youthful, confident face captures the spirit of a nation in the midst of trying times. Above her head is the word liberty, and the year 1937 is inscribed beneath her chin. Surrounding the coin are the words, "In God We Trust," which was added to U.S. coinage in the 1930s as part of the push for national unity during the Depression. On the reverse, back, of the coin, you'll find a Roman fasces, a bundle of rods tied together with an axe. This symbol has long been associated with strength through unity, and it was meant to symbolize the strength of the American people during a time of hardship. The fasces represents the idea that, just like the rods in the bundle, the country can become stronger by standing together. Above the fasces is the inscription "United States of America," and below, the words "1 dime" indicate the coin's value. The Mercury dime may have a reputation as a symbol of freedom and unity, but it also has a rich, classic design that collectors have long admired for its beauty and symbolism. One thing that makes the 1937 silver dime so interesting is the mint marks and the variations in the coins produced that year. The U.S. Mint has multiple facilities across the country, and each one produces its own coins. When you look at a 1937 Mercury dime, the mint mark will tell you where it was produced: Philadelphia Mint. No mint mark. Coins minted in Philadelphia do not have a mint mark. These coins were produced in the largest numbers and are more commonly found in circulation, making them somewhat less rare than others. However, well-preserved Philadelphia Mint dimes can still hold significant value, especially if they are in high-grade condition. Denver Mint, D. Mint mark. The Denver Mint minted a portion of the 1937 silver dimes, and these coins are slightly rarer than their Philadelphia counterparts. If you have a 1937 D Mercury dime, it could be worth more than the standard Philadelphia version, especially if it's in uncirculated or high-grade condition. San Francisco Mint, S. Mint mark. The San Francisco Mint produced fewer 1937 dimes, making the 1937 S version more desirable to collectors. The San Francisco dimes are often considered to be in better quality because they were struck with more care and precision, which means they have a higher survival rate in excellent condition. Like any rare coin, the condition of the 1937 silver dime is critical in determining its value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. Higher grade coins can command much higher prices than coins with heavy wear. Here's what you need to know about grading, VG, very good coins with moderate wear, but the design is still identifiable. These are typically worth just a little more than their face value. Fine, these coins show more wear, but the design is still visible. These are slightly more valuable, but not a huge jump in price. XF, extremely fine, these coins show minimal wear and have sharp details. Coins in XF or higher can start to get quite valuable. AU, about uncirculated, these coins show very little wear, with almost all of the original details intact. Coins in AU are highly collectible and can fetch much higher prices. MS, mint state, these coins are in pristine condition, with no signs of wear. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. A 1937 Mercury dime in MS 65 or higher can fetch a premium price, with the best specimens potentially being worth far more than typical examples. MS 66 and MS 67 grades are extremely rare and can command a serious price in today's market. In addition to the different mint marks and grades, some 1937 Mercury dimes may have mint errors that could dramatically increase their value. Errors can occur during the striking process, and these can include off-center strikes, double strikes, die cracks, clashing errors. If you happen to find a 1937 Mercury dime with one of these errors, it could be worth much more than its regular counterparts. Collectors love error coins because they are unique and often incredibly rare, making them highly desirable at auctions. So, you've been waiting for it, and here it is, the moment you've been waiting for. The 1937 silver dime might not look like much at first glance, but when you factor in its rarity, condition, and any potential mint errors, you could be sitting on a coin worth a significant amount of money. Are you ready for the big reveal? A well-preserved 1937 Mercury dime, especially one in high-grade condition or with a rare minting error, could be worth as much as $40,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $40,000 for a single 1937 silver dime. So, if you've got one of these coins lying around in your collection or you come across one at a garage sale or coin shop, be sure to take a close look. It could be worth much more than you ever expected. Today, we're going to uncover a true gem of American history, the 1945 silver dime. While most of us are familiar with the standard dime, the 1945 silver dime has a unique history and some incredible value that you won't want to miss. Stick around until the end because we've got a jaw-dropping price reveal you won't believe. Let's rewind to 1945. The world was in the final stages of World War II, and the United States was in the midst of a period of great change. The war was drawing to a close, and the country was preparing for the post-war boom. It was also a time when coins were still primarily made of silver, and the U.S. Mint was busy producing millions of coins to meet the demand for currency. The 1945 silver dime, or Mercury dime as it's often called, was one of the iconic coins of the time. Its design, featuring Lady Liberty in a winged cap, was symbolic of freedom and hope, which resonated deeply during such a turbulent period in history. But what makes the 1945 silver dime stand out from other dimes? The key here is the material, silver. At that time, the U.S. Mint was still using 90% silver in the production of dimes, quarters, and half dollars. This made the coin not only valuable in terms of its face value but also precious for its metal content. With the rise in the price of silver, these coins have become much more valuable today, especially to collectors and investors. Now, let's take a closer look at the design. The obverse of the 1945 Mercury dime features the iconic image of Lady Liberty wearing a winged cap, symbolizing freedom of thought and action. This design, created by Adolph A. Weinman, was highly praised for its elegance and timeless beauty. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll see a fasces, a bundle of rods tied together, symbolizing unity and strength. Above it is an olive branch, representing peace. The combination of these powerful symbols makes the Mercury dime a true work of art, but it's not just the design that makes it valuable, it's the rarity and condition of the coin. While millions of 1945 silver dimes were produced, many of them were circulated heavily, meaning they've been worn down and damaged over the years. Most of the coins you'll come across in your search will have visible wear, scratches, and other signs of circulation. However, the real value lies in those coins that have remained in exceptional condition. If you happen to find a 1945 Mercury dime in uncirculated or near-perfect condition, you're holding on to something special, but it doesn't end there. Some 1945 dimes have unique characteristics or minting errors that make them even more valuable. Minting errors can occur in any coin, but they're especially prized when they happen to a coin with such historical significance. Some dimes may have double dies, where the design is incorrectly stamped, creating a blurry or off-center image. These errors are incredibly rare and can cause the value of the coin to skyrocket. If you have a 1945 Mercury dime with a noticeable error, it could be worth even more than a typical uncirculated coin. So, how much can a 1945 silver dime be worth? In typical condition, the value of the coin is a bit higher than face value due to its silver content, usually worth a few dollars more. However, when the coin is in mint condition, the value can rise to hundreds of dollars, sometimes even more. The real surprise comes when we look at the highest recorded sale prices for this iconic coin. Some collectors have paid tens of thousands of dollars for a single 1945 silver dime in exceptional condition or with a rare minting error. You're probably thinking, how much could a dime possibly be worth? Well, hold on to your seats, because the highest price ever recorded for a 1945 silver dime is absolutely stunning. If you have a pristine, uncirculated 1945 Mercury dime, or one with a significant error, you could be holding a coin worth $60,000, yes, you heard that right, $60,000 for a single dime. It's hard to believe, but in the world of coin collecting, rarity, condition, and unique characteristics can make all the difference. The 1945 Mercury dime is a prime example of how a seemingly simple coin can carry enormous value if it has the right attributes. So, next time you're going through your coin collection or flipping through your spare change, make sure to take a close look at any 1945 silver dimes you come across. You might just have a $60,000 treasure waiting to be discovered. Today, we're diving into a classic American treasure, the 1942 silver dime. While many of us have seen dimes in our pockets, few realize just how special the 1942 silver dime really is. This coin is not just a piece of history, it's one of the most sought-after coins in the numismatic world. Stick with us, because by the end of this video, we'll reveal the jaw-dropping price this dime could fetch. Let's take a step back in time and set the stage for the 1942 silver dime. The world was in the midst of World War II, and the United States was fully engaged in the global conflict. The country was undergoing massive changes, socially, politically, and economically. The war effort was in full swing, and that's where the 1942 dime comes into play. At the time, the U.S. Mint was still producing coins made of 90% silver, which was a common practice for dimes, quarters, and half dollars. The 1942 silver dime, or the Mercury dime, as it's often called, was one of the most iconic coins of the early 20th century. The design, which features Lady Liberty in a winged cap, symbolized freedom and the strength of the American spirit during wartime. The reverse side features a fasces, an ancient Roman symbol of unity and strength, along with an olive branch representing peace. This combination of imagery makes the 1942 silver dime not only valuable but also deeply symbolic of the era. The U.S. Mint produced millions of these coins in 1942, but with the passage of time, many of them have been lost, damaged, or worn down. This is where things get interesting. While most 1942 dimes are still available for collectors, the value of these coins is heavily dependent on their condition. Coins that have been circulated extensively tend to be in poorer condition, with noticeable scratches, dents, and discoloration. But the real treasure lies in those coins that have managed to survive in mint or near mint condition. If you're lucky enough to have a 1942 silver dime in uncirculated or near pristine condition, you've got yourself a valuable find. These coins are rare and highly sought after by collectors, and they can fetch quite a bit more than face value. The rarity of well-preserved 1942 dimes makes them highly desirable in the world of coin collecting, and their value increases significantly as the years go by. But what makes the 1942 silver dime even more special? Some of these coins were struck with minting errors, which make them even more valuable. Minting errors are something collectors love to hunt for, and they can dramatically increase the value of a coin. Whether it's a double die, an off-center strike, or a missing design element, these errors make the coin unique. If you have a 1942 dime with any noticeable minting flaw, you could have a real treasure on your hands. Now, let's talk about the price. A typical 1942 silver dime that's been circulated and shows signs of wear is worth a bit more than its face value, due to the silver content. As silver prices rise, so does the base value of the coin. However, when you have a 1942 silver dime in exceptional condition, the price skyrockets. In fact, the value of a high-grade 1942 silver dime can go for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. But here's the big reveal: if you have a truly pristine 1942 silver dime or one with a rare minting error, it could be worth a staggering $64,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $64,000 for a single dime. It's almost unbelievable, but in the world of rare coin collecting, the right combination of rarity, condition, and unique features can make a coin worth an astronomical amount of money. A high-grade 1942 silver dime, or one with a significant minting error, can bring in serious cash. So, if you're out there hunting for rare coins, don't overlook those 1942 dimes. You might just have a fortune sitting in your pocket change.